Aurora and asleep, I shouldn't have trusted them. Hey Reddit, this happened last summer and I still can't explain it. My name's Rowan, I'm 14, and I live in a pretty normal town. But something happened with my friends that I can't shake, and I need to know if anyone else has experienced anything like this. So, my friend group is pretty tight. We've been hanging out since middle school. There's Colin, the class clown, Colby, the one who somehow knows everything about horror movies, Bauer, the quiet but smart one, Lucas, the athlete, Jayan, my best friend who's always got my back, and me. We do everything together. Last summer, we decided to go camping in the woods behind Bauer's house. It wasn't a huge forest or anything, just a patch of dense trees with a small creek running through it. We packed snacks, flashlights, and a couple of old sleeping bags and set out around 6 p.m. thinking we'd tell us scary stories and stay up all night. At first, everything was great. We built a little fire, roasted marshmallows, and messed around, daring each other to go deeper into the woods alone. At some point, while we were eating chips and arguing over whose turn it was to get more firewood, Colin randomly blurted out, "Man, I can't wait for Marvel Rivals to drop." Lucas groaned. "Bro, we are literally camping in the middle of the woods, and you're thinking about video games." "Yes," Colin said, shoving a handful of Doritos in his mouth. "You guys don't get it. It's like Overwatch, but Marvel. Imagine playing as Venom and just wrecking everyone." "Didn't you say that about Suicide Squad before it flopped?" Bauer asked. Colin narrowed his eyes. "I have grown since then." We laughed, but I remember feeling this weird sense of unease. Not about the game, obviously. I mean, I was hyped for it too. But something about the night just felt off. And then Bauer decided to tell a scary story. "You guys ever hear about the Echo Man?" Colby's eyes lit up. "Yeah, I read about that online. If you hear your own voice calling you, it means he's close." Lucas scoffed. "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." But Bauer shook his head. "It's real. My grandpa told me. People hear their names being called, but it's not their friends. It's him. And if you answer..." He trailed off and just stared at the fire. We all laughed it off, but something about it stuck with me, like a splinter in my brain. An hour later, Jayan and I went to grab more firewood. The night was silent except for the crunching of leaves under our feet. We were about 30 feet from camp when we heard it. "Rowan!" We both froze. It sounded like my voice. Exactly like my voice. "Dude, was that you?" Jayan whispered. I shook my head. "Not number, sir. But it sounded like Rowan." It was closer. We ran. We bolted back to camp, panting. But when we got there, everyone was still sitting around the fire, completely normal. I told them what happened, but Lucas rolled his eyes. "You guys are messing with us." "I swear we're not," Jayan said. "We heard it." Bauer's face had gone pale. "Did you answer it?" "No," I said. "Good," he muttered. "Don't ever answer." We tried to shake it off, but I could tell everyone was on edge. At some point, we all dozed off. But around 3 a.m., I woke up. Something was wrong. The fire had died down and I could barely see. Then I heard it again. "Rowan." But this time, it came from right behind me. I turned so slowly, my heart pounding in my chest. And there, just at the edge of the dying firelight, was a shape. A tall, shadowy figure. But the worst part, its face. It was my face. I don't remember screaming, but the others woke up, shouting. The thing vanished into the trees. We grabbed our stuff and ran so fast back to Bauer's house. None of us spoke about it the next day, not until Bauer pulled me aside. "My grandpa told me something else," he whispered. "If you see it, it means it's already chosen you." I haven't gone back to those woods since, but sometime, when I'm alone at night, I still hear my name, and I'm afraid that next time I might